Hokey day. So, we just got back from Wicked,
Wicked.
Part 1.
Part 1.
Something the media, well, none of the advertising ever
I
says.
mean, like, I didn't see any of the trailers. We knew from, like, interviews and such that it was a two-parter. But, like, I didn't see any of the trailers. And, like, if I was not in the know, I wouldn't have known.
No.
Unless it was, like, in a trailer or something that I didn't see.
Being that they are splitting this into two parts, the musical itself is about 3-hour runtime. So they are having to add some extra scenes.
So you've seen the musical.
So before we go into that, let me backtrack. Why don't you give us a synopsis?
A synopsis? Why am I giving the synopsis? Let me pull up the synopsis on IMDb.
You can't. We just saw it, and you cannot remember what just happened in the movie.
Alphaba is a misunderstood young woman because of her green skin, and Galenda, a popular girl, becomes friends at Shiz University in the land of Oz. After an encounter with the wonderful Wizard of Oz, their friendship reaches a crossroads. Yeah.
Yes.
Is this a spoiler-free review?
No. Spoiler away.
Spoiler warning now.
So, I'm just gonna put this out there right from the get-go. There's scenes that were cut from the Broadway version.
Okay.
And I think it was to help pacing.
Okay.
That were added back here. That I think hurt pacing. Like, I'm all for trying to get more to the book, and your mom and Bailey, one of our good friends, both have read the book and seen both versions, and they both said it was fantastic. And this is why I'm tossed.
Okay.
Because we kind of talked a little bit. We haven't really told each other our thoughts.
The only thing we've really talked about was why is Jeff Goldblum the wizard, and why do we love it?
I didn't say I loved it.
I love it. That's the only thing we've talked about.
Because, all honesty, why is Jeff Goldblum the wizard?
So there's a specific scene where they reveal it's Jeff Goldblum, but like they don't say it's the wizard, but it's implied it's supposed to be the wizard. Where Elphaba goes into this hallway and there's like a big wall carving of the wizard's face, and it's Jeff Goldblum. And I'm sitting next to George, and I just go, and then I just start laughing because it's so incomprehensibly funny to me that Jeff Goldblum is playing the Wizard of Oz, because like it fits. Right? Obviously, he was typecasted. Obviously.
He also can't sing.
He can't sing. He cannot sing.
And he has a second song coming up in the second half.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. You don't know how excited I am for that, George.
Like, already, Sentimental Man, I hate that song. And then Jeff Goldblum doing it did not help.
I'm so excited.
Casting of our main stars. Your opinion.
When it was announced that it was Ariana Grande, initially I was on the fence about it. Mm-hmm. But I think
she did very good.
I think she did really good. Like my in the first scene, my doubts were kind of like, oh no. And then like we went to Shiz and it worked for me.
My biggest comment, and I made this like a couple times through, was I just kept seeing Cat Valentine, and the two characters are realistically the same kind of character, so it worked.
It works.
I thought she did really good. The mixing's a little weird with the music.
Yeah.
Because obviously on Broadway when you went to go watch it, or we didn't see it in Broadway, we saw it in LA. But anyways, it's hard to balance a live band and singers, because every night singers are going to hit different pitches at different times. And so sometimes the instrumental would get louder. Here we are doing. Yes, they sing on a set, but all the audio is recorded.
All the audio is recorded
in a studio, and we still had those moments where instrumental was outpacing some of the vocals.
Yeah,
like the intro, like.
I think it's just her trying to hit those notes.
Well, it's not even just her, because even when we had just the ensemble singing, there was points at like the beginning of the movie where the instrumental values are too high over the ensemble. You should be able to hear their lyrics, especially since this is a recording.
Yeah. Okay.
These are recordings, and so that was I'm like, I kind of wish you went back and balanced it because if we go to the original Broadway recordings, again, those were done in studio also.
Yeah.
They are. It's balanced out so you can hear the vocals over the instrumentals because again, the importance of a musical is to understand the story coming through the vocals.
Yeah.
So that was a gripe. Miss Elphaba.
I think she's good.
I think she's okay.
I think she's good.
To me, I don't think they found the right voice for Elphaba because I don't think she hit necessarily.
Nobody's gonna be a Dina Menzel.
And
nobody's gonna be a Dina Menzel.
When I saw it live, it was not a Dina Menzel. Obviously. It was touring.
Yeah.
Defying Gravity is such a it's such a long range, and that's why Idina Menzel does it so well. It's why it's so hard to find because you have to have somebody who can hit those low notes.
I'm curious if that was their audition piece, like if that was required to be their audition piece.
Maybe because she struggled on the high end, and
I can agree with that a bit.
Because I know you didn't see because you were pulled in. I winced a little bit. I was like,
I was in, bro. The way they shoot Defying Gravity is amazing to me.
But the random pause in the middle of the finale of Defying Gravity,
yeah,
kind of bugged me, and I think the movie went on then too long after.
I kind of wish it ended when she turns around. I understand they want to show you where every other major character is at that moment. Because that's a big moment.
Correct. Well, so in the Broadway version of it, again, that is our opener to the intermission.
Yeah.
It's why everybody figured this is where we're going to get to in the first half. And it's just that it's that high, long held note at the very end of hers, and everybody finishes off with, "We've got to bring her down."
Yeah.
And it goes to black.
Yeah. I was expecting that.
That is what, in my opinion, it should have done. Because instead of us then... I mean, I get where we cut before that to go and kind of show where everybody was. We come back to this high note. Then she takes off through the forest.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of fades out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you took a high-powered ending, and you just decided to stretch it for whatever reason. Be it you felt you needed to add a few more minutes in there when the runtime was fine.
Runtime was high already.
Yeah. I don't know. It bugged me.
Yeah. I can see that. I think that power shot of like her overlooking the tower with her cape, like huge.
No,
it did so good for me.
I mean, again, on the Broadway version alone, it's such a good PowerPoint. It's why they don't add anything after. They just we're going out on a high point.
Yeah.
Go to intermission. Go find the bathroom, and you're gonna be so stoked to come back. And this was we hit that high point, and now we're just gonna kind of journey downward a little bit, then we'll call it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That one bugged me.
I can see that.
Fiero.
Again, I've never seen the musical. I only know of Wicked through the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Fiero was fine. I don't know anything about him other than Dancing Through Life.
He was fine. I think
Fiero was fine.
I don't think his singing for Dancing Through Life really hit that well.
Yeah. His singing's okay. I liked his dancing. His dancing's good.
His dancing's good. He's a dancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I think he was hired as a dancer.
And the look of him and such is all good. It's just the singing side, unfortunately, for me. It didn't hit quite as hard as I would want it to.
I like the choreography in Dancing Through Life, how he's like dancing on the books and they're moving the books around him.
I like
that a lot.
I really like the choreography of Dancing Through Life.
I like the choreography in everything, I'd argue.
I know the one you and I both were laughing the most at, which you're supposed to, was Popular.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande knocked that out.
Sells it, dude. Sells it. Like, arguably the most known popular song of the musical is Popular. And they do it well.
They do it well.
They do it great. Yeah.
So, your overall thoughts?
Overall, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to see it again on Tuesday. Initially, I was like, Lynn texted me. She was like, "Oh, maybe we could go see Wicked Tuesday." I was like, I don't know if I want to see it twice. Coming out of the theater, as soon as credits roll, I pull out my phone. I was like, "We're seeing Wicked on Tuesday."
Okay.
We're seeing Wicked Tuesday. This is filmed on Sunday, by the way.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see seeing it again. I don't know if I will pay to go see it again.
That's fair.
Until part 2.
I want to see it again in theaters because I don't think the sound mixing will ever be that good again.
But what I'm more so at, I have a feeling they'll do like a Lord of the Rings or Star Wars sequel.
Oh, where they're going to do back-to-back?
And do back-to-back. And I would want to see them back-to-back.
Ooh. There are some theaters that might do that.
The Harkins did them the last time. So
Harkins did it?
we might be doing that.
AMC did it for Incredibles.
Yeah, that's true. We did
So-
that.
We'll look into that.
We'll look into that.
God, sitting in a movie theater for 5 hours watching one movie.
Realistically, yes.
That's next year, though. Coming out a year apart.
already
Avengers style.
filmed.
Avengers style.
It's already filmed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason it couldn't both be released in the same year besides money.
Money.
Yeah.
Fiscal years.
Fiscal years. Exactly is what it is. Like, legitimately, if the fiscal year ended next month, they probably just do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Your overall thoughts?
It was good. It was solid.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, my gripe was some of these scenes that they did add from the book. I never read the book. I just know what was not in the musical. They did slow the pacing down at points where it didn't feel like it was needed to be. Getting a little bit more time learning from Dr. I need his name. Finnegan? The goat.
Dr. Dillman.
Dillman. I always forget his name. I like that we got in the play. We get the explanation of something bad's happening to the animals.
Is the scene where she goes to his house?
That's added.
That's added? Okay.
So in the play,
I can see that being cut for time.
in the play, what it is as soon as the incident happens in the classroom, Elphaba still goes over and helps, and
that's where they expo dump?
that's where they expo dump
Okay.
through the
Okay.
song that they sing at the end of it,
Okay.
and so it helps keep the pacing moving.
Yeah.
I did like us taking a little bit more time because it shows him, actually engaging with other animals about it.
It also builds Elphaba's character for the end.
Correct.
Because, like, my whole knowledge is through the soundtrack.
Yes.
I didn't know about this animal subplot
Correct.
at all. Because, like, you wouldn't know unless you've seen it.
Yes. The part I'm kind of hoping we go more into, because they don't really touch into it in the play. The play, we see her turn the first monkey into a flying monkey.
Yeah.
That's the end of the flying monkeys till the second half.
In the play?
In the play.
Okay.
So I'm curious, since we see them turn the monkeys against her, if they're going to go ahead and address how the monkeys all of a sudden in the second half become her allies.
Well, during Defying Gravity, when they're chasing her, and she stops at the tower, they all attack the guards.
I don't think they all attack the guards. I think they are charging her and she dodges.
Oh.
If you pay attention to the way they go.
Well, she just stops, and they go around her.
She comes down and then she goes up and they continue downward.
Oh.
Because she's already been watching them struggle flying because
Okay.
they're still learning how to fly.
Okay.
So,
I'll get back to you on that. I'll text you back on Tuesday about that.
sure.
Because, like, I'm pretty sure she stops, and then they all go around her.
I don't think so because
Because it also looks like they attack the guards, also.
I don't. Who knows? We'll see.
I'll pay more attention on that.
No, I thought it was solid. If I have to give it a scoring out of 5, and this is where you and I've already said it was hard.
Yeah.
I want to give it a 4 because I like Wicked in general, but I don't think that'd be fair and that'd be truthful. I think it's gonna be closer to a 3.5.
Wow, really?
Because some of the songs didn't hit as hard as they did before, and again the pacing was kind of odd in places for me.
I can see that.
And I should not have to go to a movie and watch Jeff Goldblum sing.
What are you on about? That was awesome.
He can't sing.
Exactly.
In a musical.
That's why it's funny. He was typecasted. They didn't cast him for his singing.
It's a musical. If you cannot sing, you should not be in a musical.
I don't think Peter Dinklage can sing.
Who?
Peter Dinklage. He voices Dr. Dillman.
I think he sang fine for his little bit. Again, he only has a small little section of a song to sing.
Yeah.
And I think for the fact of how it sounded with him being a goat, I think he did just fine. To me, I had no problem with that voicing at all. if you're gonna point out, I'm gonna tell you the truth of it.
All right.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go 3.5.
I'm jumping between a 4 and a 4.5 because I don't think it deserves a 5.
It's not a 5.
It's not a 5. It was great. It's not a 5. I'm gonna go with a 4.
I think a 4 is a solid.
I think 4
and
is
I think I came in at 3.5 because I'm hoping the second half will be better because the second half is a lot more eventful in the play.
I don't know anything about the second half.
And so I think I'm gonna go up come this end of the second half. This was a solid half.
Yeah. If we do get to see like an event where it is both back to back, we have to give 2 separate scores.
Correct.
Yeah.
We have to give the second half, but we have to give the overall movie too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. That's gonna be frustrating.
It very much will be.
Yeah. That's an average of 3.75 bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a little low.
No, I think it's pretty solid.
You think so?
I think so. Because
What is that? That's a 7.5.
it's 7.5.
Never mind. Yeah, that's fine.
It's solid.
That's fine.
Again, it's a solid film. If you're not a music person, you're not gonna have a good time.
No. No.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
The set design's amazing.
The set design's very, very well
I think
done.
the costumes are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Everything around it, filmmaking wise, is done great.
Yeah.
It's mostly just it drags in places.
It drags in places.
But that's about all I can complain about.
So on Broadway, of course, facial like expressions is awfully hard to do.
Obviously.
So
Yeah.
there's not really ever emphasis on it.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have had more facial expressions in this, and that was part of also what's pulling me back.
I can see that.
Because, like, Elphaba is supposed to be kind of quiet the whole time, and for the most part, she's just, in this one, looks a little mad.
Yeah.
Like, when she's at the Ozfest, the ball, the Ozfest ballroom. I was going correct.
Oz Dust Ballroom?
There it is, Ozfest ballroom.
Okay.
That scene's supposed to be a very big change of her from being more that, like, antisocial, kind of mad, angry person to very happy.
Mm-hmm.
And after, of course, the whole, like, depressing part of the scene. And it doesn't feel like it for me. Like, looking at her, she's just like, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Why am I here?
Yeah.
And that kind of bugged me.
Yep. I can see that. I like it.
No, I liked it.
I liked it a lot. I'll see it again.
I wouldn't pay to buy it.
No?
No, I'd find it on a streaming service.
That's fair.
Again, unless the second half really, like, kicks it into gear.
Yeah. But you're saying the second half is better.
In my opinion, the second half is better. It's also it also flies because there's so much going on. That even a couple of like the slower scenes in it are really quick because there's so much going on.
Okay.
And it's where you'll see a lot of the actual tie-ins to Wizard of Oz, which reminds me, supposedly all of this was, live action shots and such. If so, the Dorothy and the Tin Man and such at the very beginning looked very clunky for humans.
I didn't.
I saw it's a split second that they pass, and I'm just like, you don't look real.
Oh.
But hey, that's our thoughts.
Yeah.
That's our opinions. If our opinions are wrong, let us know.
What?
Hateful comments.
Let us know what you
Always
think
fun.
in the comments. That's how you're supposed to say that. I don't know what he's on over here. That's it.
I enjoy reading the comments,
Yeah.
whatever, even if they're bad. But yeah, that's it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and until next time, see you later.
Bye!